On this episode, we're going to be watching the 5 longest runs from the 2025 college football season throughout all of FBS. These are 5 different teams, obviously in backed up situation, because these are going to be 2 runs of 94 yards, 1 for 95, 1 for 97, 1 for 98. So big explosive runs. Clearly, a few different schemes. We're going to see inside zone a couple times, a mid zone play, wide zone play, and a gap scheme play. But throughout all these different schemes, these different plays, lots of big time blocks up front, blocks that really sprung these runs for huge gains in really bad situations. So we'll go over all the different schemes and kind of highlight some of the big blocks as we go.
If you're liking these videos, please like, share, comment, repost. All that stuff goes a long way as we're looking to grow our community. In addition to the social media, we have some merch coming out, so be on the lookout for some merch drops. Those will be going through our website and social media.
We the one that came to turn the city up. We the ones that got it on our backs now. We the one that took it to 100. If you want to come and get it back now.
All right, let's roll the tape. First one up here, we have UTEP. They're playing UT Martin. This is a 94-yard run. Big time run in a backed up situation. Sideline's going crazy. That's awesome. Let's watch it one more time from this angle. They're just running an inside zone play here that goes through on the backside. And he outruns the whole defense. 94 yards to the crib. All right. So we'll watch this one time from this angle, then we'll break this down, I should say. Okay. Obviously a big block on the backside here. We'll go over that in a second, but love the path by the running back. Accelerating through the hole. Great blocking downfield by the receiver. Really cool stuff. All right. So they're just running an inside zone to the open side over here. All right, they're just fanning it out. Boom. Then an A across the ball. Okay, working up to this linebacker right here. And then we're going to get a C on the backside up to this linebacker. All right. So kind of base rules versus a 3 down front. Really good job by the running back, pressing it to the backside off that combination, as you'll see here. Does a great job. But it's because of the blocking by the offensive line. All right. The left tackle here. Great job on this backside. He's on a C block working with the tight end. Does a good job playing with strength, with power, but he finishes the block. The ball ended up coming right off his block. He's the reason why this play went the way it did, right? So let's highlight the left tackle here as we watch this play. Boom, look at that. Okay, big time pancake block. Let's watch that again. Left tackle, working with the tight end, attached next to him. Okay, working in a combination. Gets into the block with power, takes it over and finishes with a big pancake. And look where the ball is going, right? We got a defensive lineman on the ground that our left tackle drove, 4 yards down the field and buried him, right? Great job by that left tackle right there. And also a good job by the tight end. Really good job by the tight end, actually. As I look at this more, watch the tight end here. He's working with the left tackle. He's coming down here. The defensive end is playing into the left tackle, so he does a great job of knocking this over this direction so the tackle can take it over, and he ends up getting the pancake. But great job by the tight end coming down, being aggressive, knocking it over, and climbing to the second level. Good. And really good job here by the whole, from the left guard to the right guard. right? Taking good angles off the ball, knocking their defenders out, right? Not getting crossface, having both their feet in the ground. Really good job by all these guys. End of the day, like, when this is inside zone, if we can win on the backside because of how downhill this play is, right? These guys, as much as they're important to the play, right, they just need to do their job. They don't need to dominate. Now, if we can dominate on the backside, which we did here at the left tackle spot, there's a big opportunity for this to be a big run, right? So really good job by this whole offensive line. Left guard's coming over, working with the center pretty vertical off the ball, sets off, it goes and gets his linebacker. And, you know, in this picture right here even, all right, look at all those guys over there. So, really good job, and again, big block by the left tackle. Look at that. Great work by them. Great work. All right, awesome. So that was an inside zone by UTEP going 94 yards. All right, backed up. Big time play. All right, next play we got up. Another 94-yard run. This one I kind of categorize as mid-zone, whether or not this is wide zone, mid-zone. Right? I think it's more mid-zone based upon the track of the back, but regardless, the offensive line is coming off the ball in angles, right? Getting horizontal displacement. The back ends up really going to backside. Takes it 94 yards. One more time. They're at a pistol. Right, condensed sets. Great job by the wide receivers getting up to their guys. All right, everyone doing their job. Running back just being faster, more explosive than everyone else on the field. All right, so I had a pistol, Notre Dame. Right, we got mid zone going to the left. Tight end on the line of scrimmage to the play side on the left side, and also another tight end body on the back side. Ball goes right between the backside tackle and the backside tight end. Beautiful looking stuff, and very similar to when we're talking about inside zone, like this mid zone stuff. If we can dominate on the backside, are you kidding me? Like, look at this lane, and everybody on the other team on the defense is all being horizontally displaced to the left, right? Backside offensive lineman and tight end doing their job, opens up this giant crease. All right, let's just talk about what's going on here schematically for a second. Okay, so we got our defense end right here playing in a 6. Tackle, 3 technique, got a 2-eye on the backside. Okay, and then defense end, a 5. All right, so tackle, left tackle, and tight end over here are working defense end up here, right? And then we're working to this linebacker with our offensive line, right, center, and then also this linebacker on the backside. Now it's going to be a discussion of how we want to handle getting to those guys, right? We have the option to single this, right? But we also have the option inside to kind of do an A block, right? Just hold space by that center and go. I guess based upon your scheme and the philosophies of your wide zone, your mid zone, you can determine how you want to handle that. With that 2-eye, I would lean to the combo on the play side with that single. Let's see what they do here. Yep, exactly what they do. Good. Backside tackle, holding space for just a second, and then going to get this linebacker. The linebacker flows, right? He does a great job going to attack him, staying on his track to him, and the ball actually comes behind him, right? And the tight end on the backside does a great job of getting his body and helmet to the inside shoulder and walling him off, creating the cutback lane here for the running back. Nice work. Right, everybody doing their job on the play side, right? From tight end to center, everybody's doing their job, taking a good angle, getting on their guy, knowing their assignments, all that. But in my opinion, why this play was successful is because of the right guard in this case, right? We're running wide zone or mid zone to the left, but the backside guard is the reason why this play goes 94 yards for a touchdown, right? So let's highlight the right guard. Boom, you guys see that? Okay, good angle coming off the ball, running his feet, staying strong, right? Keep on driving him off the ball on an angle, right? He's starting on the 5-yard line, runs fast, physical with that right shoulder, right knee, and the guy is 3 yards down the field, and he's able to wall him off right there for the running back to feel that, right? But the reason why that was able to happen is because of his initial angle, right? His initial angle, getting his helmet to the play side shoulder, is forcing this defensive tackle to continue to fight there. And once he does that, right, once the defensive tackle fights to stay in his gap, you see how he's playing strong through that right shoulder, right, and just continues to run his feet this direction. Right, strong through that backside shoulder, right? It's almost like a catch hand reach on the play side, but it's on the backside. Really good job there, right? So in addition to the right guard doing a great job, let's highlight the tight end. Oh, not that. Let's highlight the tight end on the backside, right? He's got a cutoff, got a cutoff on the backside defensive end. He does a great job of continuing to fight to keep his backside shoulder low as he goes in this block, and continue to run his feet. But what I love that he does is right here, right? He continues to work, and now he feels him on that backside shoulder, and he kind of holds and anchors a little bit, right? No reason to continue running to the left now that I've already got him reached, right? He's on my backside shoulder. If you can dig that right hand in and then kind of anchor down, right? Which he kind of does here in a sense, but really good job here by the tight end on the right side. Beautiful. I know the ball doesn't go outside, all right, but this is a really good job by the left tackle working with the tight end. I'm going to take this over. Tight end sets it up before he's going out here, all right, but really good work by those two. But in particular, let's watch the left tackle working in this play side combination, working to that defender who's outside the box just a little bit. Great job, really good job. All right, look how much horizontal displacement he's getting off the line of scrimmage. Right, defensive end starting almost in the middle of the field. By his reaction, his drive, right, he's all the way over on the left hash. Right, really cool stuff. All right, sorry, I'm just messing around with different things. All right. "94 yards, backed up. We got mid zone. Great job by Notre Dame. All right, on to the next play. Now we got Liberty playing against Kennesaw State. Hey, Liberty's backed up 95 yards. They're going wide zone out of the gun. right? Even here we have a little bit of miscommunication, which we'll see from the other angle, but we got the speed to make up for it. Big time play. Watch it one more time. All right, let's watch it from the blocking angle from behind. Sends a guy in motion. They're bringing some pressure on this play. They swallow it up. Working against the 3 down front. They're bringing that play side linebacker. It doesn't matter. All right, let's talk this one through. All right, so the referee's right in the way, but we got a 0 nose here. We got defense end playing in a 4-eye. Defense end on the backside playing this 4. Okay, we have our Sam linebacker out here kind of in this apex position. Right. Mike, Will. And so we're running wide zone to the left. Running back's going flat across the quarterback. And so they're going to work out with our tight end. Okay, eyes out to 12. I guess if 9 filled faster, you take him, but eyes out to 12, right? The Sam linebacker. Now inside, we're going to go a double. Working left tackle, left guard, working up to the Mike in this case. Okay, hold on, let me clear my screen. There's a lot going on. Yep. Left guard, left tackle, working through the defense end up to this linebacker, which would mean backside now we would A, the 0 nose, who's right here in front of the referee, up to 46, manning the backside tackle on the defense end. But what you'll see here is there's a little bit of miscommunication from the center, backside guard, backside tackle. I'm not sure who made that call. It looks like the center's thinking they're going to be in an A. Backside guard thinks they're fanning. On the play side, we get some movement at the second level. The play side linebacker, right, is shooting inside, blitzing. Okay, the left guard does a great job of recognizing it. Right, they're in this combination working to him. He has his eyes on him, right, and he plays inside. He stops and able to get him blocked, and the running back feels that, bounces outside. Right, so really good job here by the left guard, also the left tackle, working this double. Here we see that play side linebacker blitzing. The guard recognizes it. All right, he sits on it. Really good job by him. Good. This is a great angle for the left tackle. Okay, great angle for watching the left tackle and working this combination, right? It turns into like a catch hand reach. You'll see that because his backside hand, his right hand in this case, ends up being the strong hand as he's running him to the left. And the defense end continues to fight to play outside. Instead of just making it so lateral, he ends up wheeling him out. But really good job here by the left tackle. Boom. See that right hand I'm talking about? Right here. On his back. Okay. Really good job. Right, that's his catch hand. Look at him fighting with speed. Now the defender is fighting to stay outside because of his speed off the ball, angle off the ball. And by doing so, he's taking himself out of the play. But, all right, so the miscommunication on the backside. Center is going through, right, on an A, working the 46, and thinking that the left guard, or the right guard in this case, is coming with him to cut off the nose, right? As we'll see here, the right guard ends up fanning out. It looks like they're like pass setting this out. So miscommunication, but because they do such a good job on the play side between the left guard and the left tackle, and even the tight end in this case, right? It doesn't even matter. The guy doesn't have enough speed because of how flat the ball carrier is across the quarterback. So even when things aren't perfect, right, we have our left guard recognizing the blitz from our mic. He does a great job sitting on that, and our left tackle creating a ton of horizontal displacement. The ball is able to get downhill in between them. Good job by the center getting up to the second level. He doesn't get a big block, but he forces that linebacker to, have to work around him, making it difficult. And the running back does a great job setting that up, feeling it out the gate. All right, next one up. Here we got Virginia versus William and Mary. Okay, this is going to be 97 yards. We got inside zone. First down, backed way up. Gone. Nobody even touched close to him. One more time. Send the guy in motion, ends up kind of being like a split zone, although he doesn't really get on his guy. Ends up getting a block on the safety. Ends up springing this play. All right, we'll watch it one time, and then we'll talk it through. Let's watch that again. Great play. Nice. All right. So, pretty cool way to run inside zone, like formationally, right? You got our tight end here. We got our other tight end right next to him. Okay. We're going to bring in another body from outside, wide receiver or tight end, all the way across. So it's creating like split zone, okay, but you're also running it to a two tight end surface here. All right, so very, very downhill play. It's going to be very vertical. We're going to have our tackle and our tight end working defense end out here, blocking out, arcing out on that side. Okay, we'll end up with a solo block here, working an A, center backside guard up to this linebacker. We're sending our backside tackle through, right? And then it looks like the motion man is supposed to block here on the backside. Right, ends up kind of missing him, but it works out in the end. Okay, so really cool way of running inside zone, right? And this play, as much as it is inside zone to the left, is won because of this backside tackles block. He ends up getting two on this block as we get some foot traffic inside on our combinations, but he does a great job taking his path, staying on that angle, right? Getting his hands on him, moving his feet, and the running back ends up slipping right behind that. Okay. Big time block by the right tackle. Big time block. Really good job by the center and right guard. Watch their combination on the A. Great movement. All right. Great movement on this combination between our center and right guard, working to the nose up to this linebacker here, knocking him off the ball, creating a big lane for the running back. Who's number 78? Let's watch the left guard here. Get rid of that. Eyes on the left guard. right? He's got one of the only solo blocks on this play, from the offensive line at least, right? But he ends up with a pancake because he continues to fight to move his feet, right? Fight to have good hand placement, and he ends up burying the guy. Boom, right? We see that at the bottom of the screen now. No. Look at that pancake at the bottom of the screen, right? Really good job by him. Great job. Whew. Love this. I love this by the left tackle. He does a great job of burying his face mask in there, right? Moving his feet, playing through the whistle. This is a great look at a drive block, working with your tight end in a combination up to an outside linebacker. Nice work by him. Really good job. All right, there we go. 97 yards inside zone off a couple of really good blocks. Right, offensive line doing their job, moving their feet, creating movement. Tight ends involved. Right, really cool stuff. All right, last one we have. This is the longest play, run play, from the 2025 season. 98 yards. Right, this is going to be like a form of power. I call it super power. Right, we have an extra guy involved on the play side. If you look at this formation, very condensed. I think they have 2 extra offensive linemen in plus 2 tight end. Right, so I don't know what personnel this is, but there is 7 offensive linemen on the line of scrimmage. Right, so very condensed, which allows them to kind of be creative with how they're going to run power. "98 yards. Louisiana Tech versus Missouri State." Look at this. Linemen, 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 and you guessed it, linemen. 7 guys on the line of scrimmage, all wearing offensive line numbers. Right, then we got 2 tight ends in the backfield. Right here, right here. Very condensed. The defense obviously is going to line up very condensed, but having all these guys close to blocking schemes allows you to do some fun stuff when it comes to having an extra lead blocker. Like in this case, they're going to run power. They're going to pull the left guard. They're going to block down and away, pulling the left guard. But they also, in addition to pulling the left guard, they have another guy that can lead. We're going to block down, all the way to the back side. Okay. We have pulling guard plus the play side guy to block. 1, 2. And then our extra guy now, 87, is going to end up reading off of this and going all the way around. The running back's going to feel that, follow him. Great work. Great work. All right, so let's watch this play side combination first between right tackle and that tight end position, although it is another offensive lineman, right? They do a really good job of knocking him down inside this way. Right? So great job by 60 and 67 giving presence, being strong through his outside shoulder, but 60 driving his feet, knocking him down. Really good job here. Boom. It's a great look, actually. Great look. Great look by number 60 here, that extra offensive lineman in the game. All right, watch him enter this block and drive his feet. 67 sets it up, and he just enters it, physical, knocks it all down. Boom. Really good job. All right, let's go eyes on the center. Okay, he does a really good job going to attack this back block here, right? Not allowing upfield penetration. Really good job taking his feet to contact, playing with tight hands, right? Closing the distance quickly. Boom, really good job by him on the back block. Pretty good job here too by the right guard, right? Keeping his 2-eye down block right there in that gap, right? Not allowing him to cross face. He doesn't get a whole lot of movement, but he plays strong enough. The running back can bounce off of that. Really good job. And great job here. Last guy we'll highlight by this backside tight end, the extra guy making this a superpower, right? That feeling everything kind of get clumped up on the right side, right? And then working off of it actually makes one of the bigger blocks. By feeling that, adjusting to it, getting outside, boom, seals off the edge. Really good job. Running back finishes it. 98 yards. Awesome. All right. Those are the 5 longest runs from the 2025 football season throughout all of FBS. Right? We saw 2 inside zone, 1 mid zone, 1 wide zone, 1 power, right? 5 different teams, all in backed up situations. So that was really cool to see some really big blocks, some pancakes, some physical play being played out there. Yeah, appreciate you guys watching, right? Sorry there's a little technical difficulties. I'm still learning how to do all this as I go. But if you like these, please share. Try to comment, right? I try to get back to as many comments as I can. But, all right, thank you.